Joe Diamede, TTRP TV, with one familiar face here, and coming at you from my front garden, France, in the middle of a nice heat wave. Woo. And yeah, very hot, eh? And the last time I interviewed this fella was on the banks of Lac Neuchâtel.
Right.
In Switzerland.
Right. That was also,
yeah. You got to go back and look at that video if you haven't seen it. That's his band called Old Salt. But today, we're blessed to have lots of people from all over the world to come for a friend's birthday. And one of them was Dan and his wife, Magdalena. Wife, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Wife, Magdalena, who I never met until this weekend, which is quite cool. And I saw them play together. And their band is called Tante Friedl. And I will let them explain what that means and their music. Because if you go back, Old Salt, they do a lot of traditional songs and a lot of Appalachian stuff and the stuff I really love. And the music is great. And when I saw them playing the accordion, mostly you the accordion and you fiddle and
little fiddle, mostly banjo,
and mostly banjo, which is yes, Dan, your banjo is great. And
that's very nice.
But they were doing traditional songs from a whole different part of the world, from America. A couple American traditionals as well, but mostly Eastern Europe. So tell me about Tante Friedl. First of all, Tante Friedl.
Tante Friedl, the name.
The name.
The name. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, Tante means aunt. So Aunt Friedl, which is Friedl is the name. And we met in Sweden and in Slovenia and then again in Salzburg, a land, which is Austria. And figured out that we both have an aunt that has the name Friedl. And so they lived at the same mountain, Dan's Aunt Friedl on the Austrian side and mine on the German side. And
they're not the same. Tante Friedl was also,
they're not the same.
Clear that up right away. They're not related. Well, they are related because they're husband and wife.
Only via that.
But it's a really cool mountain because you can go around a circle. Like we already biked it once.
Okay.
And so the chances that they could have met were pretty high, but they didn't.
Right.
But then a couple of decades later, we did, and we thought, wow, what a coincidence. And we figured out that it's not so uncommon, this name, but...
To have a Friedl mother, a Friedl father, Friedl uncle,
right,
Friedl,
okay.
So it's like...
But I mean, you have roots that go back there, but you are American.
Yeah,
so you were born and raised in America.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so it throws a little bit more probability,
Yeah,
No, for us it was super special, and we love our Aunt Friedls, and so...
And you also said they're both on the same maternal side, correct?
Yeah, great aunt on her mother's side.
So they're both great aunts on your mother's side. So, I mean, there is the
it's fun. It was fun.
Getting finer and finer.
Fun. But we started to ask in concerts if people have Tante Friedls or Uncle Friedls or whatever, and then it's like it's always one, maybe 5, 6 in the audience that have.
Okay, I'm going to explain a bit further because basically they tour a lot in Germany. Magdalena is Germany. She's from the south of Germany, but they both live in Berlin now.
Yeah, this is good
context. So that's so they're not in France asking if there's a lot of Friedls.
No, this is true. Yeah, our tour is like usually mostly Germany, some Switzerland, and a little Austria, and then we randomly go to some other places too.
Right,
like Ireland last year, and we were in Mexico for 2.5 months. No Friedls there.
No Friedls in Mexico?
No Friedls in Mexico.
Now the probability would have been way smaller.
That would have been, that's right.
If you were both Mexican and had Aunt Friedls, maybe that would.
But we're lucky Tante is pretty fairly, I mean, most U.S. Americans know what a Tante is because you have some, and usually most cultures have some kind of
French it's tante.
Super
close.
Italian is some kind of tante.
And I camp in a tante.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that was very bad. That was very bad. So
that's good. That's good.
So to take this a little further now, another connection is they said they toured in Ireland and everything. So tell the people last year on your 3-month tour, how did you get around?
We were touring with a tandem bicycle. So it's a bike that has a recumbent seat at the front and a normal seat at the back. And the person at the back is steering, and the person in the front has like arm free and unsynchronized pedals. And
the stoker is navigating, and so
it's a backwards. It's kind of like a backwards setup on a tandem.
Yeah, it's reversed. Yeah,
and it's quite cool because you could talk to each other.
It's great, and then it's the fact that it's not synchronized. And if we get into the bike stuff, in a classic tandem, you have the front chain, the stoker and the captain
pedaling.
Everyone's synchronized in the pedal, and so it has like a bit more of a. I don't, for lack of a better term, militaristic like tendency, because then like the person who's riding has to shout out the commands like, oh, pedal, go, stop, and then for like someone with our weight ratio, I think it's nicer if you're kind of the same size ish on a classic tandem, but like if the big dude has to, because of the geometry of the bike, usually be in front, steering, and then the littler person, usually the woman on a classic tandem has to be in the back.
Sure.
And then so we tried this once around Lake Constance. We did a little tour with a rental Rennrad, like a race tandem, and like you were just in the back. It was fun for like the first 2 hours, and then the conflicts started.
How did you like the view?
Right.
You were back.
It was like, it's like
But it was right on that evening where we were like, that was 7 years ago. We're around Lake Constance, and then we were like, something that would be cool to have a tandem that has this and this and this features, and then we showed up at the campground, and in the evening there was a couple arriving with exactly this tandem that we had like in our dreams, but we didn't know that it existed without
with the trailer.
That's the universe. That's the universe.
Totally, and then we were looking for the tandem, and it also came to us.
All right, cool. I love hearing that. I mean, so we're linked in all those ways, the synchronicities and the universe. I mean, I believe in that firmly, and as do you, as we spoke before, and it's great. And the bicycle connection, of course, lovely. And so how was it, though, with like just a few little practicalities of actually doing the music tour with an accordion, a fiddle, I guess, and the banjo?
Yeah, so 3 instruments. We got our camping gear with us, too.
But you take amplification?
No, amplification we don't know, thank God. But microphones and some tech we have to bring with us. And then we have the cooker and camping setup and And we also talked about this before. Like camping chairs are pretty important to our to my process, especially.
No, I get it.
Yeah, after a full day on a bike, there's nothing like a fabric support.
Yes.
For your underside. This is wonderful. So that's good. So we got a lot of stuff with us, and it's like I think about 70 kilos of gear that we're bringing with us.
Right.
Then it's still like
We started very easy with just a used old children trailer. It was actually not waterproof the first year, but luckily there was no rain.
Okay.
And so that was the first tour. And then the year after, we made like we sewed a tarp.
Yeah, that was a sewing
to have
project.
this, and had like used bike bags from friends and from your parents from their first bike tour. And then we did our first big tour in Mexico for 2.5 months. And there is where we geared up, and we got this flatbed trailer and like dry bags. And now this is the setup that
this
we
is a good
use.
setup now. This is a good system.
Yeah.
So how was your music taken in Mexico? How did you find gigs in Mexico? What did you do?
It was less gigs than what we would normally do. It was also, but it was great. It works great. I mean, it's a mix. What we play is a mix from. Right now we're playing like European folk songs and songs from other musicians that we like, usually older songs, and some of our own stuff. But we have stuff from the Balkans, we have stuff from the Alps, we have stuff from Scandinavia, the Isles, and then North America is kind of the gag. So,
and last night you were playing some Ukrainian stuff, and and Slovenian, was it?
We had a Bulgarian and a Serbian tune, and
Serbian, right?
And then normally we also it's always sometimes we get asked to play like 3 songs for an occasion or something like that. We have to decide, okay, what region or culture is gonna represent us tonight. And so like even last night we didn't have any of the Scandinavian stuff. We had mostly just a couple Balkan songs, only half an hour time really to get so it's also making set lists for us can be a challenge.
Yes. But I must say I'm very glad you started with Lalo.
You remember this tune? Okay.
How can I not remember?
Nice,
I play your CDs all the time.
That's awesome, man.
No, I love Lalo. I love that song. And you got to look up Old Soul. You got to look up Friedl. How do you spell it, Friedl? Listen, Tante Friedl.
How do we spell it? Tante, Tante, and then Friedl is Friedl. So Friedl is also like not a Friedel, but a Friedl.
Friedl.
Yeah. That's very Alpen, and it's.
And is that how we look you up? People who want to find your music.
Tante Friedl.
On what platforms?
We got a website. We're on Instagram. We can stream us on all the major streaming platforms.
Cool. And
just Tante Friedl. Yeah, there's not that many. It was not that many other bands with Tante Friedls.
No, not many Tante Friedls. So you've been playing together how long now?
Officially since 2019.
Okay.
We've been a band. We played stuff before that as a couple. We've been together for like 11 years now. So
right, cool.
So that's but that before was more like a wedding here, a funeral there, a gallery opening there, and like we only ever had like a couple songs that were stage ready.
Right. Okay.
For those kinds of things, and then just.
Well, Magdalena was telling me now you got to almost turn away stuff in the season because it gets really busy. Yeah.
Summers.
It could be really the summer.
Summers are high.
Summers are.
And what countries would be most busy in the summer? Would it be Germany?
We're mostly in Germany. Yeah. We're mostly in
Germany.
And Switzerland is now like 20%. We're doing in Switzerland now.
Okay.
Kind of,
cool.
Yeah.
France? Do you ever play in France?
No. This is we're playing our first French show this coming week.
Friday,
No, sorry, that was last night.
Oh, okay. That's true. Oh, that was our debut French show. There you go.
Nice. It was on French soil, but the audience was very mixed, wasn't it? Australian, Italian.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we played a show here 9 years ago, also very small. Cafe.
Also, again,
I mean, that's a nice thing that we can also, like, on our private trips visiting friends, combine it with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was great. When they said you were showing up, I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I get to meet Magdalena and see your new stuff, which is really nice. And Old Salt has a new album as well because you're still playing with them as well.
Yeah, we're on a summer break now because our fiddle player and guitar player had a baby in summer. So this is in July.
Okay.
So this is an exciting new addition. We have a little break now.
But normally it happens when we have one concert, then from there it starts spreading, and then you have one or two more, and this is so like every region needs some development. So we say it's more like slow booking, and we do slow touring.
This is specifically the bicycle tour. So you don't want you need everything, but like the bicycle tour is another level of logistics because you have to have slowness because you have you can't really travel more than 40-50 kilometers in a day before a show. So if you want to line up gigs, it's got to be in some kind of direction.
Yeah, and like Magdalena was saying before, like one flat tire to put you a half hour out because you got to get bags off, turn the bike, get the tube out. So it's pretty cut. So do you do that often? Do you often show up the day of your tour, or do you try to give it like get there, play the next day?
No, every day.
It's usually every day we show up, and we on the weekends we do larger shows like festivals, culture centers, city gigs.
Days.
And then we have like a weekend. Usually different places, but like a weekend is usually with more official concerts. We stay in hotels. It's like more professional musicians on the way. And then during the week, we're usually staying privately and doing garden concerts. We do as well.
Right. Okay.
Which is also super fun. So we'll try to fill the spaces with garden concerts.
We realized in Germany and Switzerland, like we have the train backup. In case something really goes down, we know there's some train that will bring us.
We do lean on the Deutsche Bahn.
Right, and we were talking about the train tickets are excellent in Germany right now. You can buy that 63 euro ticket for a whole month, perfect. And your bike as well. It's a tandem and a bit longer, but you said it telescopes in to be a normal bike size, just about.
A little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
And because it doesn't have two normal seats, but the front seat is a little weird. They don't really recognize that it's a tandem because normally you're not allowed to bring tandems.
Oh, right, because it could look like a
gray area.
It could look like a normal bicycle.
Yeah, it also really doesn't look like a cargo bike, so it's like perfect. People just look at it as like one seat, one handlebar.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's
good.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm unfortunately, or maybe I can get you to send me a picture of the bike.
Yeah.
Before I put this up. I do have
one.
clips of their music from last night. I'll put at the end of this video of Magdalena and Dan playing last night, which was great. I mean, the crowd loved you. You really pulled it in because it's quite, because there was a big contingent of Italians there, big contingent of English speakers from Australia, and of course all her French friends. So a lot of the times the other musicians were trying to get the crowd to sing along, and it wasn't happening. And then when you guys were up there, it was cool because you did draw the crowd because your sound is really unique. And your voice, just got everyone in, and you have a nice stage presence. So everyone was singing. I was like, that's Dan. Dan at work, Dan and Magdalena both. And I love the accordion. I love the diversity. As an American, an accordion is not really. I mean, maybe I'm not in the music.
No, it's not that.
It's
not a hugely popular instrument. I mean, you have Cajun music has a lot of accordion. You have a lot of Mexican influenced stuff has like a lot of accordion music and like South American music, but like.
As an American, I was like, accordion to me was, I don't know, old school or just in my mind growing up, there was never, and if there was, it might have been some old uncle who played the accordion.
Yeah, exactly.
I never, equated it with music that I would kind of get up and listen to and enjoy. And now it's like I've seen you and living in this part of France, the accordion does work its way into
folk music,
and it's quite present. But seeing your stuff last night and in all the different languages. So I'm assuming that for me last night when you sang the Serbian song, it was in Serbian? Or was it in, it wasn't German, because to me it could have been Germany. I would have been like,
it's a mission because we don't obviously speak, fluent Serbian or Bulgarian or Swedish so you got to learn the songs phonetically carefully from the people who speak this natively, and then we have to take the time, get the green light for the and then also every once in a while check back in and see if it didn't wander into some other non-existent dialect that we just invented. That's also part of the package. So
it's also very regularly that there's someone in the audience who speaks the language.
Yeah.
So we get our check. During the shows.
Right. Okay. Often, and have you ever played in those regions in Serbia? And have you ever played
in Serbia? No. In Bulgaria, yes.
Okay.
And for the Bulgarian stuff, we've played in. Sofia in Bulgaria and Rila in this area. We picked up this. We traveled a lot with the crew there, and then we were in Slovenia. We've played songs, and we've been into Ireland and Sweden. We've played.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
And so we've been around a little bit in England,
and that's like, do you gather more songs as well when you go?
Yeah.
Does someone come up to you and go, "Hey, you've done that, but this is an old folk
song." We're very open
to
suggestions.
That's what's cool. I mean, it's really great to see like the folk song, reviving those old songs from Serbia and the Appalachia. I love when you do the Appalachia stuff, because I have a niece who lives down that neck of the woods, and I love the bluegrass, and I love all of the traditional music. It just really, it just touches a place for me, deep in our humanness, I think, it's like,
it's
programmed
also
in our DNA.
It's fun to bring this collection of songs also to different places and like small towns and small cities, and especially in Germany and stuff too. And it's cool. It's really cool to bring songs from all over the place to make it something that still sounds like Tante Friedl, but is representing these different cultures in like a hopefully very authentic and honest way that it also it has something to it.
It's like we get a lot of feedback that the audience is like, wow, it's so cool how you're celebrating those different cultures and languages, and how every language gives this touch to the
songs.
song.
Well, this is. Did you see the choir?
Yeah.
Oh, right. You played right after the choir.
Exactly. Yeah.
Same thing. Like they do the choir. I love seeing the choir. Angie, my wife, she sings in it, and they celebrate these different languages, and so it brings a different level, a different layer to the song, and it just celebrates all of our humanity.
Yeah.
And that's such the important thing, I think, about your music and what the choir does and what other folk songs do. It's celebrating humanity.
Yeah.
And especially at a time where we have to, not be sure of like, is this real or is it AI? In the music world, especially, the live music to me is going to never die.
Yeah.
And it's just going to get stronger and stronger as people clutch on to the humanity in our music, the humanity in us all, and that the folk songs and the traditional songs really bring that together.
Every culture has some amazing musical traditions, and to see this all in the same place, kind of a mix of different stuff, it's effective. And it's for us. I mean, it's also just fun. It's also entirely selfish. We get to play what we really like. We have to also walk a fine line of of like
self-indulgence.
Self-indulgence, but also like appropriation, and we have to constantly keep talking about these elements of folk music and where the music's from and how we get to it and how our understanding of it, and then it's a mission, but it's
But you say like the music is very diverse, but do you find similarities in the folk music at all? Is there a constant anything in folk music, or not really?
Wow, it's all so different too, huh? It's really.
I mean, there's some songs that have like similar themes. No, like we were looking around, for example, the Shedrik, the Ukrainian song, we found the same theme in Bulgaria.
Right.
With the swallow and
I guess
like this. I mean,
that's what we're talking about. It's the humanity, isn't it?
Yeah. So there is a lot of like, if it's about just nature and hand craft working, the
right.
fields, and
or like
there's
you
a-
had the husband and wife, the song about the wife who wanted to offer.
the revenge song, yeah.
Universal.
That can be a pretty
universal.
common theme.
Also
Yeah.
Universal.
But it's also super
yeah.
interesting to you on the way you also learn how certain the histories of musical culture within a culture is also very
Yes.
they exist in and of themselves also like as like a government has a lot of control over what music in certain countries is being performed and who is being promoted, what cultural elements are being suppressed. There's also every country has its own story, and also folk music has almost every folk music has kind of undergone a revival of some sense. Like in the States, we had the 60s folk music revival. That's pretty well known, with. And then every genre had its own kind of wave of when it came up and what influences were there. And Irish folk music had, of course, its own revival. That had, of course, a lot of different influences. So it's also, and everything happened in its own unique way. So it's also super interesting to discover like how this music became the way it is today, and what instruments maybe are actually quite modern. A lot of folk music is actually more modern than you think. Like
that's what I was going to ask you as well. Are there like a lot of instrumental crossovers? Like, do they play the accordion all over the world? Like, is it prominent in Serbia as France, as Germany, the accordion, or the banjo? No, that's very American.
Banjo is pretty specific. So West African, Caribbean, U.S. American development. Yeah,
okay.
It's a very.
And what about the accordion then? Where is the origins?
It's German.
I mean, it's German.
Germanic. Yeah,
but of course, like in different countries, there's also there's so many different builds of accordions, like keys and buttons and diatonic and chromatic, and there is like a different kind of like the French diatonic and the musette, and in Ireland the button box. It's all a little different. The Cajun.
Okay.
And but there are, of course, the idea of how to produce the sound.
Sure.
Is the same, and the sound color can also be similar.
Well, that very informative, great. I love it. You look up Old Salt, look up Tante Friedl, and check out the little clips I put at the end of this, and you'll see the diversity. Because I tried to get a little clip from all the different songs from the different parts of the world that you were doing last night. And so if you ever get a chance to see them live, please do. It's a great experience. Thank you, Dan.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you, Magdalena. This was really great. Great meeting you. Great seeing you again, as always. Fellow New Yorker
buddy.
as well. Does New York proud. Not a Bronx boy, but
no, Hudson Valley.
Hudson Valley. It's okay. Close enough.
Close enough. That's awesome.
Okay, man. Joe Diamidi, TTRP TV, coming at you from the middle of a nice heat wave where it's cooling down. It's mid-30s right now.
Yeah,
and 90s for those Fahrenheit people out there. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you again. Until then, you guys do well.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Super.
Singing down the ocean, Mary Green, living underneath the old oak tree. Sing, darling, say, and the old oak tree will make our home, nevermore in this world to roam. Sing, darling, say. Sapora, no sapora, prego guardare, prego guardare.
Whoopie me my good lush. I'm a copy.
And shafts left the stone little flower steady. Heavy on your eyes, so lay your head down, baby. Lay your head down low and listen to the rain. It's a time to be scared, it's a time to be free. Let your tears down the river out into the sea. And lay down low, babe, and listen to that rain. It'll come one day, but for now just remain, oh, remain, oh. It's a pity that a birthday comes but once a year. Don't you rock 'em, Daddy-o. We'll sail away, boy, sail away again. And I said sail away, boy, sail